but I love to be giving inspiration, motivational talk to inspire the younger generation. And I want to love to see that there are players from Malaysia who's going to really make our nation proud, make our country proud, and raise the level of football of Malaysia. That is my dream.
Hi, hello, and good day, everyone. Today is a very special episode because we are right here with a true legend in the Malaysian football industry. But what makes more memory and more historic is this. We are not in studio, we are right in his house, and I'm just sitting next to him, our own, very own Datuk K, Rajagobal. Datuk, how are you?
I'm very fine, very fine.
I think you are the man. And today, if you understand for the Netball Pulse and Hive magazine, I'm so honored actually because I used to see you next to the field,
Okay.
or maybe in the TV, and you are one of the coaches that I had admired throughout because I used to be a player as well myself, and then I've seen you in the field. And today I'm sitting right next to you, so I got a goosebump. To be honest, in many ways.
I appreciate
And
that.
I know that you have a huge journey and everything, and we both are and you
Okay,
are the
right.
legend from football industry itself. So we're going to talk more, but today is very casual and relaxed, and I know that you have many talks going on now and everything, and thanks to your book as well. We're going to talk more about the books later.
Okay, right.
But again, like the challenge that we have in the team event itself, like nowadays individual events are going very well in Malaysia.
Okay, right.
We are going like a high level to individual events. But what happened to our teams? Like you used to be like a legend back then in 16 and 17. And right now, before we even come to the live session, we was talking about like, why last time we had that much of eager to do something, why is missing?
I don't know, but I think this is comes from each generation. How we were brought up during at that time, and mostly I think all the sports, most of the sports, we were passionate about it.
Correct.
It's not only soccer. You take about athletics, hockey, badminton. We had household names.
Correct.
And we could compete. We could compete with the best of other countries in Asia, and even in the world.
Correct.
Probably was the environment where we were brought up. There was not much of development, not much of focus on other things. So the passion was quite great. The discipline, the focus. Maybe we were taught with our own parents. I think that was one of the ways in how the hardship.
Correct.
The hardship, I think, it plays a very, very important aspect in all sports.
So are you saying that we actually like already from the hardship moment, we become pleasant, we have become very comfortable now? Is it that changed the industry itself? Like how do you see it?
Maybe because the players have not gone through this kind of phases,
Correct.
where it was so difficult for us to get so many things, but we were not, could say, bothered about what are the other things which we are going to get in return. But we just wanted to go there and
Correct.
prove our ability. We were so passionate. That is no doubt about it. With all the sports personality.
Correct.
And we wanted to. We were so proud to represent the country.
I agree. Do you still remember the moment that when during a final AFF Suzuki Cup, where we was in the podium and then Malaysian national anthems was there? I think even when I was in the netball industry, I think I can't replicate that at all. When you have a Negara who played in that podium, you got a goosebump moment. So like how that feeling itself, the proud moment?
I can't imagine, to be very honest. I didn't realize these moments when I myself, because I was focused on the game, to be very honest, how the game is going to go. I was focused on the players, the opponent. And then after the match, when I saw on TV, my God, I've never experienced when the whole nation came together, the national flags around the stadium, if I'm not mistaken, were 80 to 90,000.
Correct.
I said, phew, this was, I can't really imagine this. What we were lacking.
Correct.
And what we need to bring the unity of all races together.
Correct.
That is sports.
I understand. I totally understand. Do you agree that when you say that, what is the challenge? Or I can say that maybe the team sports have this kind of like charismatic to bring the whole nation together. I'm not saying that the individual sport not, because even like we have our own Datuk Nicol and David, we have our Datuk Azizo, we have many individual played very well, and when badmintons come, the whole nations go crazy and everything. But when it comes to football, when it comes to a team event, and of course for netball, all the females, and even now when you have Netball Super League happen, everyone is actually cheering for the team. So what is the moment that you say, do you agree that identity is the main power to make who we are?
Definitely. That you cannot run from the reality. Identity is very important because we are Malaysians. We need that identity. It can be anyone. So that carries the values of true passion,
correct,
true love of any sports. That I do agree. We need that identity.
So when you was mentioning just now, like when you are starting the career when you are the young boy, I know that there should be many reasons why you become a footballer, and then you decide to become a coach itself. Is it that is the identity that we are lacking now? Like we don't see that who am I today? Like, is it that is the reason why we couldn't see that we are producing again the well? Because I believe we are equipped with good funding, we are equipped with the good sports science, we are equipped with the well-known coaches, world-class level of all the technology and sports. But why we couldn't make it again?
That's what I'm wondering. Out there, we have capable people of locals. I'm talking about locals, in all sports. Yes, everybody is expecting results, immediate results, which is not, I think, the right narrative.
Correct.
We should know what makes us to be champions in any sports. We learn from today's modern requirements what it takes to be there. So why not we take all these important aspect of all the games and then we give it to our own people. We educate them. We give them the knowledge.
Okay.
And we knowing better our culture, I think it will be better, easier to handle because we know we are Malaysians.
Correct.
I know what a player of this, a player of that needs. A Chinese player, what he needs. A Malay player, what he needs. A Tamil player, what he needs.
Yes.
Maybe a Singh player, what he needs. Because we are Malaysians. We speak in the same wave of, can you say, expectation.
Yeah, correct.
I know this is what it needs. Probably that is lacking, and we are trying to bring in some good mentors and trying to improve, because we feel that these are the people who can do something different.
Correct.
But again, I think, like what you said to me, the most important is our own culture.
Yes.
We can develop them to a world class. We had Dr. Nicole David.
Correct.
She was world class. Dr. Lee Chong Wei, Azizul,
Correct.
all are from Malaysia.
Definitely agree, and they've been sustaining for many years in a world class.
Exactly.
Yes.
So the sustainability. So we need that.
Yes.
We need that. So these are the right people who should give their thoughts and ideas. Yes, they want to focus. Focus, I agree that they have gone to Australia.
Correct.
Azizul,
Yes.
Dr. Nicole David
Was in
Holland,
Dutch, yeah,
in Dutch,
Holland, yeah.
in Holland.
Yeah.
Only Dr. Lee Chong Wei,
Yeah.
he was mentally very strong.
Correct.
He knew I wanted to be the number one. He had a big dream to be number one. Maybe Azizul had that, Dr. Nicole David had that. She was 9 times or 8 times world champion in squash.
Correct.
So I think we have that desire, the dreams. So make it happen, because with the new facilities, with the new supporting tools we have, carry on, enjoy it. Don't be disrupted by other factors.
Correct. Like you mentioned that just now, like those times we don't have so much of distractions. We are very focused, and even you have mentioned that you have a special after workout places that you used to hang out after you go jogging, after you go running with your friends. That you still eat nasi lemak. There's nothing wrong about it, because that's a very culturally based food.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, I believe sports is about unity and enjoyment. Without enjoyment, nobody wants to go further up.
Definitely.
And when there is no enjoyment, there won't be a motive. When you have no motive, you don't have directions.
Yes.
So like, how do you think that cultures can be bring into the current generations, especially because we know that individual sports, it's only about you.
Yeah.
But when it comes to a 23 football players or 12 netball players, 18 of hockey players, because I used to work with them as well, the desire, and I feel pity for them to be some reasons. They've been always compared to the previous generation. They used to be legend, they used to be that and this, but now I can't replicate again. So they might be feeling like, I have done everything. What went missing? Yeah. So that's what is went missing.
I think, yes, what you say is individual sports is individual sports, where you can focus on that individual.
Correct.
But team event is very important. We have different cultures, okay, playing for the team. As you said, football, 11 players,
yes.
Hockey, even badminton as doubles.
Yes.
We need good communication. We need good understandings. But there's only one, could say, vision and target is we want to win.
Correct.
So all of these individuals have to come together, combine together. It's like when you put an apple, orange, grapes and all that, you grind it and then you drink. It's one.
Correct.
You got to think that way, and we got to instill these thoughts and mentality to the place and say, look here, team, we need all the ingredients to make it better, stronger.
Correct.
If you have individuals going into different directions, we cannot achieve whatever targets we have. So it comes back to the leaders.
Correct.
How they put this into the players and telling the players, look here, we are in the right direction. You all have the potentials to probably create a legacy,
Correct.
create a history which is missing. Why it is missing? We forget about the past. We think about the future, what is ahead, what needs to be done is simple again, is your hard work, is your focus.
Correct.
And to make our country proud, and not only proud, and there are many opportunities for them to explore, maybe to be a coach in other countries, future to be a coach in other countries. But first, try to achieve the best for your country to to set a legacy. And then everybody talks about Dato' Nicol David now, Lee Chong Wei now, Azizul now. They all, the brand is a Malaysian brand.
Correct.
So this is what the place we have to instill. We have to always put this into them and say, look here, we all have to work hard and listen to your coach.
Correct. When you was mentioning that just now, when your era was happening, you become the father for your players. Because we can have everyone to come on the board, but the person who have spent most of the time is definitely the coach.
Definitely.
And I believe when we're talking about, because we know everyone is, since I'm from the psychology industry itself, everyone was talking so easily about mental down, mental koya, and to be honest, we are the scariest keyboard warriors in the world. Everyone is scared of us, kind of that. When it comes to this topic of when you are talking about we don't have semangat, we don't really play for the country, a lot of comments that which is come. So I think the players are trying very hard. They're really giving their heart and souls and everything. So when it comes to, especially even coaches nowadays are very stressful because sometimes they are not playing to win. They're playing only not to get bashed. In many ways, when the social medias are there, are too much pressure for them and everything. And you have a solid career for, I believe, 30, 40 years now. And how do you manage the pressure when to bring a team? Because remember, I was with the hockey team. So sometimes even my coach was requiring, I'm not only managing the athlete, I'm only managing the wife as well. How to eat, what to do and everything. Because when you create a good environment, they know how to sustain, especially we were talking about financial. We are talking about how they can manage their whole well-being before they come in as an athlete. Because at the end of the day, it's you, your family. Then only you can give the rest of the world, right? So when we're talking about all this, when your career was happening, and I believe 2010 was a special team for you.
Yes.
That was the first time ever we made an NF final and then we become champion. What is the team so special? And what they have that made it who they are? And what is your contribution to that?
Okay, it's very simple because as I said, I was like a fatherly man. These players grew with me when they were young.
Correct. You was a Harimau with the team.
So,
I was thinking when I was reading, because usually people will say that, when they are growing together, at one point, there will be we call team forming, norming and everything, because the team dynamic will come together and one fine day they finish and they go off. Is it that's happening?
That was how I took this place from the age of 17, 18, 19. They were together. And as I told you, they were like my own children's. I was not thinking a different perspective, a different thoughts. This is Malaysian. This is my family. I want to show them the best direction. They have the potential to achieve because as a coach, you need that ability to sense that these are the players who's going to make Malaysia proud again, especially football. They are going to create something, a legacy or a history. And I knew because they are progressing, they are improving, because you're seeing them daily. So as a leader, what you preach, you need to do. What you say to them, they are looking at you as a ideal, a leader, a fatherly manner, a motivator, a teacher, in all these aspects. And if you don't do that right, they will not have any trust, belief in you because you say something and you do something. So as a coach, you need to be very energetic. You need to have that drive, that passion, the love. When you talk with great vocal vibe. That the players itself are motivated and they get ready to go and do their job.
Correct.
So I knew that I believe in them and they believed in me.
So it's like a two-way relationship, like a very strong trust.
Even we didn't have that much of resources, support.
Correct.
But you know what was the difference?
Yeah.
This bunch of players wanted to play. They enjoyed every moment.
Correct.
They wanted to play.
Yes.
So for me, it was a bit easy and just to spark them.
Yeah.
And they, at that time, we didn't talk about much remunerations. You'll get this. You'll only what they wanted.
It's deep down from their heart. They really
deep
want
down.
to make it happen.
You know what they
Yes.
wanted? I was so surprised.
Yeah.
Coach, if we win, can you buy for us this? Can you buy for us that? That was the thing. That was what made us, and I believe, and their fighting quality, their unity among each player, they push each other.
Yes.
And that's where we achieved back to back. We won the SEA Games in 2009, and then we won the AFF in December.
Correct.
2010.
So it's a continuous. So the start program, like what you have mentioned, is like a solid of 8 years of where you started, and then you see the result itself.
Yeah.
But what touched me is very simple, Datuk. I can see that at the end of the day, it's a human touch. You can give everything to everyone, but at the end of the
True.
day, it's the desire,
Yes.
the needs, and the feel of togetherness. At the end of the day, I feel like we are Malaysian actually very strong at the point of togetherness.
Yes.
Because we are so humble, we are so humane, but together we want to do something. Even like anyone who said anything for the now reason itself, but I don't believe that, because sport really bring us together. And when it comes to a team sport, I think that is the beauty of it. Like, you understand at the end of the day the power of giving.
Yes, yes.
So, that is something that I feel like, so grateful to see that how you made it, because you made the game very memorable and you made it happen. That's the most important, because at the end of the day, success piece. We can talk about all the struggle and hardness and everything, but at the end of the day, success speaks. And then that where people want to follow the truth. Because one word I can take from you, very simple: you lead, the rest will follow. Because you are the man of the word. Because sometimes we speak, we don't do. What's the point of it?
No point. Correct. So then they will work for you and they will struggle for you, even though there are other factors which trying to disrupt, try to take the attention, because the Malaysian culture. But they looked upon, they believed in their coach, and they didn't want to take other instructions, probably, and they knew coaches worked so hard because they know he has sacrificed so much.
Yes.
The whole family, when we consider the whole family, the players, that brought us success.
So I think, like, before we go further about this, like, the keywords that I can take is very simple: believe, trust the process, and enjoy being in the team itself. Then I think the happiness or the results is not one; it multiplies by how many and the whole nations are supporting you together. Thank you so much, Dato'. We're going to continue later, but that's a lot of point. I believe many will take it from this, especially from the team sport and individual sports. To have to be inspired, because I believe the number speaks. The inspiration speaks and the desire speaks. Yes, Dato'?
Yes.
Right, okay. All right. So we're going to continue next with our book. We're going to talk more about Datuk's book, and I think it's like this one. So, yep, that's it. We're going to continue later, and we see you right after this.